It might be better without this.
No, well, we're gonna come in. So
Uh-huh.
move the camera right. Camera right. Right. Tell me tell me about your politics.
My politics are very organic to me because it was where I come from.
Mm.
I was born in Texas in 1906. Well, not exactly, 1931. And I lived in Texas until I was 12, which is the middle of the Depression. I mean, Franklin Roosevelt just became the president, the WPA and the CCC camps and all that sort of thing. And I lived in the Brazos Valley there, where racism was rampant. I mean, if you were black, you were nothing. I mean, not only sitting in the upper sections of the movie theaters, but the schools, the Ku Klux Klan came dashing through every now and then. There were all kinds of incidents against black people. We had to live in a certain part of town. So some of that stayed with me always, and it still is. The idea that somebody should be segregated against because of their color. That kind of thing has never left me, and it's never left my work. I consider all of those dances to be political in some sense, a little bit romantic. I mean, Blue Suite is a reflection of that time. I mean, the anger, the problems, but the romance, the fact that black people get through, that we have grown, that we as a black people have made something fantastic in spite of all these things that are put up against us, So that permeates my work, the idea that we should be equal, that that our beauty should be celebrated, and not the fact that you're different because you're darker.
Hello, I'm Robert Battle, the Artistic Director of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. Normally at this time of year, I would be speaking to you from the Lincoln Center stage in New York City, and we would be celebrating our annual Spirit Gala. However, these are not normal times. Across the country and across the world, the senseless, tragic killings of Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Tony McDade, Breonna Taylor, and countless others at the hands of those who abuse their authority and ignore their duty, trading morality for hate, are a disheartening reminder that we en masse still have a lot of work to do. These violent acts of irrefutable hate, injustice, and racism yet again threaten to tear at the fabric of our humanity. We cannot be silent. I cannot be silent, and I urge you not to be silent either. My heart is heavy, but open, full and hopeful still. We have seen those on the front lines insisting on a call to action, speaking up and showing up to incite change and to bring forth solutions. These are not just black faces that we see. These are faces of all nationalities, all religions, of all sexualities, of all backgrounds, making their testimony loud and clear. Injustice for one is truly injustice for all. Still we dance. This was supposed to be tonight's theme, but let it serve as tonight's credo. A name to the rally cry. I say still, not in the sense of stillness or inaction or the absence of. I say still in spite of, because of, for the purpose of, in honor of. Like Ailey intended for the company, let tonight serve as a testament to the strength and perseverance of the human spirit. Let tonight show, despite all the trials and tribulations we overcome. Let it serve as a dedication to all our brothers and sisters and their devastated loved ones amid this global health crisis. Let it serve as a heartfelt thank you to the first responders, law enforcement, public services, and essential workers that are in the front lines of planning, preparing, and responding to COVID-19. We support you. We weep for you. We speak for you. We dance in honor of you. After more than 6 decades, the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater is still here, resilient and grateful for your love and support, and still we dance. Welcome.
The setting is what we call the barrel house, a place where only black people went. And every room in the barrel house seemed to have its own story.
Blues, how do you do? Good morning, blues. Blues, how do you do? Well, I'm doing all right. Blues, blues, how are you? When I laid down last night, I was turning from side to side. I tell you, when I laid down last night, I was turning from side to side. People, now don't you get me wrong. I wasn't sick, I was just dissatisfied. I tell you, when I got up this morning, the blues were walking all around my bed. You know, when I got up this morning, the blues was walking all around my bed. And when I went to eat my breakfast, you know the blues are all in my bread. I cried, Lord, Lord, have mercy. Please have mercy on me. I cried, Lord, Lord, have mercy. Mercy, mercy on me. The blues is in my heart, and I just can't be satisfied.
Good evening. I'm Cynthia Erivo. What we've just watched is an excerpt of work created as the catalyst of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, entitled Blue Suite. It was choreographed by the founder, Alvin Ailey, in 1958. I can't pretend it hasn't been tough lately. I can't pretend I'm not angry and uncomfortable. In unimaginable ways, hatred has blinded a world I call home. Anger is the mood, dark and heavy. The weight of a world on stage and off is breaking hearts, but also it's opening our eyes. It's opening our eyes to truth and opening them to light. Light is searching and unifying. Separation becomes togetherness. Faith closes gaps. The beauty of Black people and the resiliency of Black people has been shared on stages around the world for more than 60 years. Tonight, the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater comes to you offering solace, peace, and hope. Still, we dance.
We are together, coming together. When we stand together, move together in this moment, we are pointing toward our ways to express and show truth and love. When patience slows and circumstances, hatred, try to pull us down, confusion creeps in, trying to mute our voices without knowing who we really are. But we are more than just what they think they see. So here it is, how we need to and must show you through our own eyes. We are witnesses, living in it and through it, and we were born from this. Our heritage, our past is built on a perspective some have skewed or tried to skew. But our train, this journey forward will not slow or stop. Our mission is to push, to learn, to lift, to teach, to encourage, to build, to carry, to support, to bridge, and to raise our communities. You, growing your hearts and feeding your souls. Our hearts hurt now, yes, we are exhausted. Our hearts are tired now, weary and worn, but through it all, through it then more than 60 years ago, and through it now, we persevere, always moving, loving, creating, sharing, even with our heavy hearts. This is hard for you and all of us, but our path is set, and we are not holding back. We are not giving in. We will continue to share. Our voices ring loudly through our body's language. Our voices ring loudly through our body's language. Our voices ring loudly through our body's language. And when our hearts break, we get up. When our hearts break, we stand up. And when our hearts break, we dance. We dance, we dance, we dance, we dance, we dance, we dance.
Hi, my name is Bryan Stevenson, and I'm the founder and executive director of the Equal Justice Initiative in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm also the author of Just Mercy. In 2018, we opened the National Memorial for Peace and Justice and the Legacy Museum from Enslavement to Mass Incarceration. Thousands of people came to celebrate the opening of these cultural institutions, including dancers from Ailey too. They gave a remarkable performance, a powerful performance, and expressed many of the emotions that many of us were feeling. Last year, I had the privilege of being in New York to witness the premiere of another Ailey production, Greenwood, an astonishing dance that speaks to the horror and trauma of the Tulsa massacre. The Ailey Company has been at the forefront of expressing important truths about our nation. This country is a country where Black people were initially kidnapped and trafficked here, chained and enslaved for 2.5 centuries. We were brutalized, beaten, abused, sold, assaulted. After the Civil War, Black people were told they would have freedom and the right to vote, but instead, all they received was lynching and terror and trauma, decades of no protection. In the 1950s and 60s, courageous African Americans came together to challenge Jim Crow and segregation, to do something about this legacy of racial inequality. They marched, they protested, they were on their knees praying when they were battered and bloodied and beaten by law enforcement officers. Laws were changed, and yet today we still live in a country where there's a presumption of dangerousness and guilt that gets assigned to Black and brown people. We're still burdened and menaced, over-policed, over-convicted, over-sentenced. But we're also living in a country where now there is this moment of reckoning. And I'm excited that perhaps if we find the courage, if we find the strength, we can begin to reckon with our history of racial inequality. Yes, we have been enslaved. Yes, we have been lynched and terrorized. We've been segregated and marginalized. We have been tormented and targeted, but we are here. And we are here standing because we understand that we are called to be a part of this community. We are here not just as people who have been menaced and attacked, but as people who have achieved, succeeded. We've taught, we've engineered, we've contributed, and yes, we've even danced. Alvin Ailey is a national treasure. And they are a national treasure because they have expressed the anguish, the suffering, the pain and agony of exclusion and bigotry, but they've also expressed the joy, the triumph of love, of what it means to be human. I hope we'll stand with them. I hope we'll celebrate them. I hope we'll support them. They are critically needed in this moment of reckoning. Thank you for joining Alvin Ailey tonight. Thank you for being with us in this struggle, and thank you for committing to a moment of reckoning, a time of truth and justice.
The love of dance in this building is unreal.
The experience, what it gives to their lives, how it makes them feel about themselves, how our school-age children add the dance discipline to their educational disciplines. How I have seen young people who come in with negative feelings about themselves, look at themselves in a mirror and with some training and turn out to feel like they are really a part of what is going on in the world. And that to me, this perception of self, this creation of this perception of self is what is so wonderful about dancing.
My favorite thing about the Ailey School is dancing on stage with my friends at the end of the year.
When I came to AileyCamp, I was able to express myself, and then coming into the Ailey School, it was very different, and I love it for that.
A melting pot of just beauty, dance, love, and community.
Hello, I'm Lorraine Toussaint. The Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater is part of my family. We've been family for a very long time, ever since I saw Judith Jamison dance in Mr. Ailey's opus creation, Revelations, some 40 years ago. Since then, they've become part of my intimate family. My brother from another mother, Wayne Babas, came all the way from Trinidad to dance in the second company. And now my daughter, Samara Grace, is training with the junior division. And like all the other proud mamas, we've spent copious hours waiting in the lobby for those children. And the parents and myself, we have one thing in common. We have all seen the changes in our children as a result of being part of the Ailey School. We've seen them grow in extraordinary confidence, in resilience, in strength of character and of body. These are the qualities that are so needed in the world right now as we are in this extraordinary revolution. These are our future leaders. These are forged, these children, these qualities are forged partly in the Ailey School. And this is all made possible by the extended Ailey family. That's you. Now every year we gather together at the Ailey Spirit Gala, and we get all dressed up and we hug and kiss in the lobby and go in to see a beautiful performance, but clearly that's not happening this year. And this is why it is incumbent on us to continue our support of Ailey. You know, in these troubled times, the arts are the first place that takes a hit. And as the extended Ailey family, I'm asking that we give generously. Nothing is too small and no amount is clearly too large. This is how we take care of each other, and this is how we take care of home. And to me and to us, Ailey is home. Thank you so much for your support of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, and especially the Alvin Ailey School.
Good evening. I'm Dennis Williams, Senior Vice President of Corporate Social Responsibility at Warner Media. On behalf of our entire company, our CEO Jason Kyler, our Chief Financial Officer Pascal DeRoche, and Alvin Ailey Board Member and Executive Vice President of Multicultural Marketing, Brand and Inclusion Strategy, the incomparable Lucinda Martinez. I want to thank and congratulate the Alvin Ailey Dance Theater for tonight's truly remarkable event. That you all decided to continue with tonight is a testament to your resilience and the strength that we've always known existed at Ailey. In my heart of hearts, I wanted tonight's event to be called the We Told You So Gala. Here's why. Since its inception, and for more than 60 years since, Alvin Ailey has shown us the beauty of the Black experience. I've been to countless Ailey performances, and the euphoric feeling that overwhelms me after each and every one comes from having just been reminded that our Black bodies matter, that our Black experiences matter, that our Black stories matter, that indeed our Black lives matter. Of course, Robert Battle and the amazing Ailey team decided to continue with tonight despite what I'm sure were significant challenges. When we look back at this time, historians will, of course, paint the broad strokes, but it will be artists who will point us to the truth and realities of the lived experiences. They will paint, they will sing, indeed, they will choreograph the riot. They will be the ones who tell us why all of this mattered. I want to thank Alvin Ailey for allowing Warner Media to be a part of tonight's event, and we are committed to being with you for many, many years to come. On a personal note, I want to send a big happy birthday to my dear friend Kevin Harder. Kevin, happy birthday. We love you, and we thank you for dedicating your day to this event and for the contributions you've asked your network to make on your behalf. Thanks everyone. Have a great evening. There's much, much more to come.
Alvin Ailey started AileyCamp 1989 before he died, and so he really felt that everybody should have the opportunity to be exposed to dance because it was transformative. And so no matter where you came from, your economic situation, you should be able to have a connection to this art form.
AileyCamp is a summer day camp for children ages 11 to 14. And it gives them an opportunity to express themselves, a platform to have a voice. And that's what we really focus on in our arts and education programs at the Alvin Ailey Dance Foundation.
We see the future in every single one of your faces. We believe in you. We want you to believe in yourselves.
This was really emotional for me because I remember the 12-year-old guy being an Ailey camper, and to know that I was inspired by the camp and Mr. Ailey's story. It was a full circle moment, and it was amazing, and I still get chills thinking about it, even right now. So thank you, Mr. Ailey.
Thank you, Mr. Ailey. Thank you for having the courage to create a company that brought visibility to my existence and that celebrated my African American heritage. Thank you for creating a second company, and thank you for creating a school where people from all over the world could study. Thank you for being a champion for arts and education, more specifically AileyCamp, where children, no matter how much they have or don't have, are privileged to be healed and challenged and disciplined through art. I even remember my daily AileyCamp affirmation.
Hey campers, my name is Mr. Demazi and I'm the director for AileyCamp New York, and this is our daily AileyCamp affirmations. AileyCamp New York, sound off. I will greet this day.
Love in my heart. I am a winner. I am in control. I will think before I act.
My favorite affirmation is I will listen to learn, because when I'm outside of camp, I still have the uniform on. I still represent Alvin Ailey.
I will pay attention with my mind, body,
and spirit.
I will treat others with courtesy and respect at all times.
I will treat others as I'd like to be treated.
I will keep a positive attitude all day, every day.
And 10, I will not use the word can't to define my possibilities.
AileyCamp 2020 30th anniversary season of love.
Thank you, Ailey Campers. These are the faces of young people when inspired with a vision of who and what they can be if they focus, work hard, and have fun. It was always Mr. Ailey's creed that dance is for everybody. And so the mission at the Extension is to offer real classes for real people. Jazz, ballet, modern, hip-hop, dance fitness, movement to feed the soul and uplift your spirit. Additionally, the arts and education and community programs cultivate dance among youth and adults through schools and community outreach. What does all of that look like post-COVID? It looks like dance. Still, we dance, in classes and in opportunities to connect with others online.
Thank you so much for giving to the people.
I am so proud to be a part of this amazing program that keeps Mr. Ailey's vision alive. Ailey Extension.
Hi, I'm Joy Altamari, Chief Engagement and Brand Officer at EHE Health. Today we're honored to salute the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater as they continue to share the joy of dance season after season, and always with the underlying message that movement is life. During these times, we are ever more impressed with their creativity, adaptability, and sense of community. At EHE Health, we believe the art of healthy living is the best preventive medicine. So join us as we salute Ailey, who shows us how to thrive under any circumstance with engagement, empowerment, and excellence. Enjoy the show.
Hello, my name is Matthew Rushing, and I am the Associate Artistic Director for the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. Born in Los Angeles, California, I saw my first Ailey concert at the Wiltern Theater. I was around 13 years old, and I sat in the first row. I was inspired by the genius of Mr. Ailey's ballet's Cry and Revelations. I was empowered by the aesthetic and spirit of such regal black and brown bodies who more than just dance, but they told stories. They told stories of my past, my present, and soon to be future. I was also affirmed. I was affirmed that through the God-given gift of dance, that I had a calling and a place in this world. That night a seed was planted and it was time to do the work. So I auditioned for the Los Angeles County High School for the Arts, graduated, earned a full scholarship to the Ailey School, joined Ailey 2. Then at 18, I got into the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. 28 years later, in the midst of such unsettling times, I'm realizing more and more why I dance. I dance because I was called. I was called to inspire. I was called to empower. And I was called to affirm not only my own people, but all of humanity.
I dance.
I dance.
I dance.
I dance because.
I dance because it allows me to use art to influence the world we live in and hopefully make it a better place.
I dance because it's healing.
When words are few, the spirit speaks.
Because there are things you can say through movement that can never be put into words.
I can let my emotions out freely with no judgment.
Because my feet can't help it.
It's when I feel the most like myself.
It is my absolute truth and my heritage.
I dance because
it allows me to express my vulnerability.
Because it's in my DNA.
It is the greatest teacher of values.
I dance because
it's my feelings, it's my language.
It allowed me to see my true potential.
To be honest to not only myself, but also the people around me.
Because it brings the best out of me.
I dance because
I have a message for the world.
In ways that cannot be verbalized.
Because I am at home on stage, and when I'm there, I am in my very sacred place.
Because I want to inspire and be a role model for the next generation.
It makes me happy. And I can be creative.
And I will constantly be learning and growing through this art form.
I dance because it helps me to love myself.
Movement is my therapy.
And it connects me to the past, the present, and the future.
And it's how I connect with the world around me.
Most importantly, I can't see myself doing anything else but dance.
I dance because I am called to honor the gifts I've been given and share them with as many people as I can because they do not belong to me.
Dancing with Ailey is exquisitely liberating and authentic, and especially in these times, it's a healing art. I dance.
I dance.
I dance.
Launched by Alvin Ailey in 1974, Ailey too flourished into one of the most popular modern dance companies, merging the country's best young dance talent with the creative vision of today's most outstanding emerging choreographer. The company embodies Mr. Ailey's pioneering mission to establish an extended cultural community that provides dance performances, training, and community programs for all people.
I try to make programs in my ballet which are educational, which are entertaining, which are exciting, which tell people something about themselves. I try to make programs which hold up a mirror to the people that we're dancing for. I try to do something for people that tells them how beautiful they are. My dances are about human beings. I'm celebrating the human spirit. And that's what dancing is to me. It's a celebration. It's a life celebration. It's a celebration about what we all are, how wonderful we are together. It's a celebration about how alike we all are in this world.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let
Good evening. My name is Leslie Odom Jr., also known as a lifelong fan of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. I'm so excited to share this experience with you tonight. Once in a lifetime experience. I've been asked to read some words from the company. I'm going to do my best to do that without messing everything up before the dancers are brilliant as always. Still we dance. At its heart, it means resiliency of our culture, the preservation of a rich and intricately woven history, our history. It is black, it's African, it's American, it is global. It means hearkening to a past that is full of struggle and complexities, but preserving it because there's been quite a bit of joy and hope too. Still we dance. It means looking to the future with optimism and seeing that through. That may seem an unsurmountable feat during these trying times, but we shall persist, we will prevail. Still we dance. Please consider making a donation of any amount tonight. Ailey has survived and thrived for more than 6 decades because of the support of people like you. From its inception, the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater's creativity, spirit, and cultural contributions live on, hold sway. Both its classic and new choreographic works will always be groundbreaking, breathtaking, and topical. A transcendent human experience, a teachable moment on stage, on screen, and tonight, virtually. Tonight's next piece is no different. I am honored to present to you the world premiere of Ailey's artistic director Robert Battle's new work, ladies and gentlemen, Variations.
Good evening, I'm Tim Shriver, and I'm here with my daughter Caroline Shriver with the great honor of being able to join you for the gala tonight, virtually. We put on our tuxes and our fancy outfits, even though we can't be together. We know how serious and how important, and what an important time it is to celebrate the Alvin Ailey history, the Alvin Ailey legacy, and the Alvin Ailey contributions to our country today. I would just like to say briefly how grateful I am to Mr. Ailey himself and to all of you who hold his legacy and who carry his witness into the modern era. As a young teacher 40 years ago, I went into teaching because I thought I could contribute in some small way to the civil rights struggles of those days, which are sadly the same today. But I had the great thrill of being able to see my students watch Ailey productions, see Revelations for the first time, learn myself of his history, how he had become a man dedicated with agency and with force and with power and with creative brilliance to overcome, yes, racism, yes, segregation, but also to overcome all the things that held him back. And to watch young people see that was such a gift. I've been grateful to Ailey more recently because I put on something called the Call to Unite, a 24-hour global streamathon inviting the world to come together. And we opened it and we closed it with a performance, a Zoom performance of Revelations Again by today's dancers. You guys did an amazing job. But I have to say, on a personal level, I'm most grateful to Ailey because my daughter became a dancer at the Alvin Ailey Dance School in New York City.
And I'm so grateful to Alvin Ailey for creating a school that taught me just how powerful dance can be and gave me opportunities like performing Revelations, performing I've Been Buked for schools in New York City, and teaching me about the Black experience through dance, through music, through art, and just how impactful dance can be.
So we're with you together tonight, virtually, asking everyone, please support the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. Please support the company, the school. Please support this work. Our country is at a moment where we need artists. Artists carry what is deepest within us. Artists challenge us to be the best we can be. We need Alvin Ailey. So in a time when we can say without equivocation, Black Lives Matter, we must say at the same time, let's fund the artists to lead us forward. Thank you, Alvin Ailey. Thank you all who will give tonight.
Thank you to my family.
For all your sacrifices.
For your love.
For supporting my dreams.
And always having my back.
For taking their time to bring me to my classes.
For always believing in me.
For letting me come to the U.S. and supporting me to become a dancer.
And for always pushing me.
And I love you so much.
Thank you to every teacher.
Thank you, Miss Nasha, Miss Barnes.
And Mr. Eric.
Thank you, Melanie Person.
Thank you, Miss Person,
for watching me grow as an artist.
Accepting me into the Ailey School 11 years ago.
And changing my life forever.
Thank you, Mr. Inman, for always being there for me.
For being the best director.
Thank you, Miss Barnes.
Being the best Horton teacher ever.
Not only did you believe in me, but you fought for me.
Thank you, Miss Hurd, for always challenging me.
Thank you, Miss Smallwood.
Lisa Johnson.
Jessica Harper.
Miss Stephanie.
Earl Mosley.
Kathy Grant.
Miss Nasha.
Miss McAllister.
Mr. Myers.
Thank you, Miss Renee Robinson.
Judith Jamison. The dance teachers at AileyCamp North. For always believing in me.
Never letting me settle for less.
For making Ailey feel like my second home.
For being a guardian angel.
Creating a space for me to develop not only as an artist, but most importantly, as a person.
And for always reminding me you're dancing for an audience of one.
Thank you, Judith Jamison, for being the quintessential leader.
Thank you, Hope Boykin, for being my light.
Thank you for all you do.
You're the best.
Thank you, Mr. Ailey.
Thank you,
Mr. Ailey.
For inspiring so many generations.
For never giving up on your dreams.
For leaving behind such a legacy.
Thank you for making an amazing school.
For giving me a platform to perfect my craft.
It has allowed me to truly live out my purpose.
We are all forever grateful.
And lastly, thank you to everyone who believes in and supports the arts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We want to end this evening's Ailey Spirit Gala as we typically do with Mr. Ailey's Revelations, but Revelations re-envisioned virtually. Though the Ailey dancers may not be in the same place during this time, they are still finding ways to dance and dance together from their homes to yours. First, however, I have to thank our dancers, our crew, Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater Associate Artistic Director Matthew Rushing, and of course, our Executive Director, Bennett Rink.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you to our board chair, Daria Wallach, President Tony Kendall, Chairman Emerita Joan Weil, and the entire Board of Trustees for your leadership and commitment at this time. I want to give a special thanks to our Gala Vice Chairs and Co-Chairs. Co-Chairs Joy Allen Altamari, Michelle and Timothy Barraquette, Pascal DeRoche, Lucinda Martinez, Stephen Maringoff, Daria and Eric Wallach, and Dennis Williams. And to our Vice Chairs, Jayshri and Vikas Kapoor, and Leslie and Tom Maharis. We are grateful for the support of our gala presenting sponsor, Warner Media, and our other sponsors, Diageo and EHE Health. And for all of you who have donated tonight or will make a donation, we truly couldn't do this without you. The funds raised will help support the Ailey organization at this crucial time, and we are donating a portion of the proceeds to the Equal Justice Initiative. I want to especially give a heartfelt thanks to the entire Alvin Ailey staff for all you have done and continue to do, for your creativity, dedication, and perseverance. I thank you.
Thank you, Alvin Ailey. Thank you, Judith Jamison. Thank you, Masazumi Chaya. And thank you, Sylvia Waters. We would also like to thank the producers, staff, and everyone who participated, and all who tuned in. And everyone, don't forget to come to the post-performance celebration with hosts Dapper Dan, DJ D-Nice, and Miss Nix.
But for now, Revelations.
Thank you.
My Lord, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel. Did my Lord deliver Daniel, and the one of every man? Did my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel? Did my Lord deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel, deliver Daniel? Did my Lord deliver Daniel, and the one of every man? Did my Lord deliver Daniel? I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready, Lord, ready to put on my long white robe. Lord, I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready, Lord, ready to put on my long white robe. I would not be a gambler. I'll tell you the reason why. 'Cause if my Lord should call on me, Lord, I wouldn't be ready to die. I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready. Lord, I wanna be ready. Lord, ready to put on my long white robe. Be ready to put on my long white robe. Just ready to put on my long white robe.
Where you gonna run to? Oh, cinnamon. Where you gonna run to? Oh, cinnamon. Where you gonna run to? Oh, that day. Run.
See how beautiful you are. See what Alvin Ailey saw looking back at you from the stage. Dance, he said. comes from the people and should always be delivered back to the people. Then as now, the company faced challenges but always relied on dance as the best medicine for the soul. And still, we dance. We dance. We dance.